Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. We're back again with another pre-market analysis video. In today's video, this is going to be an update on Tesla. I made a previous video before we started the week on Tesla. I'm also going to look at Netflix as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. So let's get started. So right off the bat, Tesla, not looking so great. Not looking so great. It started the week kind of neutral and then immediately dumped right afterwards. It's not showing any signs of strength. This looks like it could follow scenario number three, which I've mentioned about on Sunday, where it opens lower, trades sideways. It doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere above here. It just stays in this region underneath the resistance line. And then when they announce earnings, the earnings may be phenomenal numbers and the stock may still tank all the way down to $400 and maybe even lower. But then again, it could surprise us. So again, my recommendation for earnings for all of you brave souls out there, if you really want to go through it, again, do what you want. For beginners who have no clue where this thing is gonna go, it's okay to sit on the sidelines. This stock is not gonna go anywhere. Tomorrow you can trade it. All right, it's completely okay to sit on the sidelines. You don't want to go long and then get annihilated here, right? And you don't want to go short and get annihilated here because you don't know. It's a 50-50 coin toss. Again, you don't know the reaction. So once again, just chill on the sidelines. It's completely okay. All right. So there may be some opportunities going on like throughout the day. So that's definitely something to watch. Just a swing is just not recommended for me. The next one that we need to talk about, they had earnings yesterday. I was very worried about it on Sunday because of the triple top on the daily chart, and I was very, very, very bearish on it to start off the week, and it continued red, and it continued red again, and then earnings came up, and the stock got annihilated. The stock got destroyed. So what happens now? First and foremost, everybody in here that bought calls, their calls are going to zero like immediately. Well, if they're short term, of course, their calls are losing at least 80% of their money. Like this is a very violent move to the short side. So there may be a rebound here, but then again, I honestly would like to see the stock at 470 or 460, especially if it breaks below the floor. Below the floor, if it does some sideways thing, fail to break out to the upside, does some more sideways thing, and then tanks in midday, I will be looking to go short to 470. But yeah, definitely keep Netflix on your watches for sure. There is money to be made on both sides. You just not have to have a bias on you do not have to have a bias on the direction of the stock. Let the market tell you. Sometimes it can be really as simple as that. The market will tell you where to go. You just need to learn to read patterns, which makes it a lot easier to do so. So yeah, definitely keep this one on your watch list. It will be interesting to see how this one plays out. The next one that we're going to talk about is Roku. Roku followed the same move as here. As soon as they announced earnings and the stock tanked. Roku tanked as well, and it's not looking very strong. And I did talk about Roku and how I was worried that it may fall off the cliff. I believe it was in this pre-market, and then right after that video, it just kept fading and fading and fading and fading, and it's following a trajectory which I talked about in yesterday's morning video, right? I said this thing looks exactly like BA, and it definitely does. Let me remind you what BA looks like. This is BA, and if you go on here to the weekly, you can see that BA is right here. It looks exactly the same. Roku looks exactly the same, and it's ready to fall off a cliff. I was very, very worried about that. And so far, it's looking like it wants to fall off the cliff. So definitely watch Roku for a shorts. Definitely watch it for a short, especially if it's not showing any sign of like strength and it doesn't break above 217. or if it just pops here and then immediately like reverses like a green to red move. Definitely watch that for sure. I'm not very bullish on Roku at all. Very not bullish on Roku. Again, if you got value from this video, destroy the like button as always. Let's talk about more stocks. The next one that I want to talk about is Apple. Apple is struggling to make a move. They're struggling to make a move along with the market. The SPY right now is green. The SPY is green, and so far it's like really trying, okay, to get above this line of that became resistance now. It's really trying. So definitely watch this one. If you're holding Apple or if you trade the SPY, be very careful because as soon as it breaks below 342, we could see levels as low as 338. So just watch it. If it breaks below the floor, think about going short. If it fails to break above 344 over here, then you should definitely consider this long. But right now it's in the neutral zone, and you should be really careful if you trade in this. Yeah, things are not. I wasn't convinced at all throughout the entire week. Every single time I try to show some type of bullishness, it just gets crushed every time and crushed every time. Very not convincing at all. So be careful, be careful, especially with today's market. Be very careful. Now let's talk about some update on some of the stocks that I've mentioned yesterday, such as Zoom. Zoom is opening at the same level that it closed yesterday. It's actually slightly red. I do anticipate a continuation to the downside because the stock is so overbought. So do not be surprised to see a massive to see a massive panic to the downside on Zoom. It may come as soon as the gates open, or may come later on that day. But I'm not very bullish on it. Like if I was an investor looking to invest in a company, this is not the spot where you invest your money. Like honestly, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So this is the update on Zoom. And next one that we're gonna talk about is PACB. PACB is looking neutral again. I would love to see how this thing opens and break below $13. Right, this is what all of the short sellers in here wants. And one more stock that I want to talk to all of you about is Peloton, of course. Peloton is actually neutral. It's consolidating here, but again, like I've mentioned yesterday, worst case scenario, it stays over here throughout the entire day and doesn't move. Best case scenario, it tanks. It tanks below 130 and just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. Best case scenario. So watch this one if you short. Like if you shorted here in these levels and then you add it here and then you add it here, you want the stock to drop. But if it doesn't drop and becomes very stubborn, you should be very worried because the stock could run all the way up to 150. It's a real possibility. It's a real possibility, especially with these people like adjusting their price target and causing some type of influence. Honestly, like just watch this thing. Watch it. It's very overextended, but it could short squeeze. Okay. So the next one that I want to talk to all of you about is apps. And apps is again neutral. I would love to see this thing break below $36 and take some more in this zone right here. So there are some opportunities for the short sellers. I've discussed some for the short sellers. The opportunities for the long is very doubtful. So again, just be careful, especially with the market. It could roll over, and then today might be a short day. So definitely watch closely and pay attention to your positions closely throughout the day. Don't get caught on the wrong side of the trade. If you got value from this video, destroy the like button as always. If you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. That way you don't miss out on these pre-market and post-market videos that I do release. The first one at 8:15, 15 minutes before the market opens. And then the post-market video between 7 and 8 p.m. after the market. All right. And if you're not following us on social media, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Paul and Guma or at PATTERNOLOGY LAB. If you are new to trading and are looking to get started, there are step-by-step instructions in the description of the video, step 1 through 4. It only takes about 15 minutes to get all signed up. The first two links should get you some free stocks with Webull and with Robinhood. Webull offers 2 free stocks after signing up with the link below. Robinhood offers 1 free stock after signing up with the link below as well. So once again, my name is Paul with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you this afternoon. Be very, very careful and do not have a bias. Best advice I can give you right now in this market. All right. I'm going to see y'all this afternoon.